Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with selections for Friday, the 16th of June. Well, this is going to be a very quick video, so if you could do me a favour, click like and do this video as quick as I possibly can. There are quite a few selections because it's not a bad day's worth of racing tomorrow, so let's get straight into it. So, the first bet is a 10 pence each way Canadian. I've also had 20 pence each way doubles, and I've had 50 pence each way singles on all the horses in this bet. So let's get into it. So the first selection is Jean Baptiste. I've left the price in the 150 at York, paying 4 places instead of 3. Very well handicapped, will like quick ground, will go straight to the front, and I think it will be very hard to pass with probably one of the best jockeys in this apprentice race, Johnny Peaty. No, not is it Johnny Peaty? Anyway, next selection, second selection, Baseball in the 225 at York. A lot of Carl Burke's horses are really, well, especially his 2-year-olds, are coming on for the run. Well, this has had either 1 or 2 runs, and I expect it now it's at York to run a much better race. I do believe it's got a first-time visor, but yeah, it's drawn middle to high, so it's got every chance from that draw. You do want to be drawn more middle in this race. The third selection is Sue's Little Angel at 25 to 1 in the 10 past 4 at York. Richard Farhi trained, I think. It'll love this distance. I do believe it wants its quicker ground. It wants a fast pace, and I think 25 to 1 is too big a price. The fourth selection, I'm going to mention very quickly. Apparently, in this race, the 445, flat stats are giving a huge bias to high numbers. Well, I don't really see it, 'cause I've actually looked at some of the races, and there's quite a few horses that are drawn low that have finished in the places over this distance, 7 furlongs. So I've actually stuck to what I fancied in the first place, which is drawn number 2. So it's Visibility at 33 to 1 in the 445 at York, paying 6 places instead of 4. If you remember, this was an unlucky big price. Unplaced. No. I think basically I thought he could have won. I think it came 4th in the end last time it ran a cracker. And the final selection in this bet is State Legend at 16 to 1 in the 521 at York, paying 3 places instead of 2. And they said 4 then. This is an Ian Williams trained horse, extremely well handicapped. And the reason why it's well handicapped is because they've been running it on soft ground and it wants concrete. That's why, whether this is the race they're aiming for, I don't know. But it's very well handicapped, and York's a big meeting. I'm very surprised. I think it's half decent prize money as well, so I expect it to run a decent race. I'm paying 3 places in a 7-runner race. I think it's 7 runners. So let's get on to the main bet. So I've pumped the bet up slightly, if that's such a thing. I've had a 75 pence each way Paynton. These are the horses that I strongly fancy. Or should I say, I fancy all of them, but these are the more likely winners in my opinion. So let's get into it. So I've had a 75 pence each way Paynton. I've had 50 pence each way doubles and a 75 pence each way treble. I believe it comes to £15. So the first selection is Noble at 5 to 1 in the 315 at Sandown, paying 4 places instead of 3. The second selection, and probably either the nap or next best, I'm not sure. Serengeti Sunset at 9 to 2 in the 350 at Sandown. It basically had a day out last time. If you look at its race in running, it was mid-pack, I believe, at Chelmsford. Never got a run, but never really was forced, really wanted to get a run. Then all it did, it strode out towards the line. It was, if you're into running, it was more of a tempo run for it. So yeah, I think this is probably the race it was being aimed for. Same pilot on board, Oisin Murphy. I think he's also on Noble as well. Every chance. And Serengeti Sunset, it's either been nap or next best. And the other one that's either nap or next best, you can decide between yourself, whichever one you fancy, is Military Two-Step at 13 to 2 in the 640 at Goodwood, paying 4 places instead of 3. This is another horse that it's actually bred to be able to handle soft ground, but it doesn't seem to run as well on soft ground. It's by Churchill, and generally, the sire is Churchill, and generally they prefer slower ground. Although this horse is proving that it actually wants quicker ground, and it's encountering quicker ground for the first time for a while really, when generally it's been running on slower ground. I think it's also got first time blinkers, which hopefully, I'm not too keen on that normally, but hopefully this might make the horse concentrate a bit more. And I personally think it's well handicapped. So those are all the selections in pretty much under 5 minutes. So give me a like for that. I'd really appreciate it. Leave your comments below. Give me a like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Whatever you want to do. So the very best of luck. Charlie Winters, over and out. Good luck, mate. Cheers.